Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is ADS605 from AM226-4B. Okay, today I want to talk about the issue of smart mobility of smart city in Cyberjaya. As we all know, smart city is a big project. So sometimes this project will have many issues that will come in the making of the smart city, and to really achieve smart mobility of smart city, there are some issues that become the source of concern before achieving smart mobility of smart city in Cyberjaya. These issues are important to address because it might become the reason of the delay or failure to build the smart city. Okay, the first issue that I want to talk about is the traffic congestion. Road and junction in traffic management have limited capacity to serve a number of vehicles, which mostly contribute in congestion in the form of queue at junction points. This should not come as a surprise, since there is an explosion in the population with the rise in cars, especially in urban areas. It includes the smart city, of course. Traffic congestion can be a problem as it will lead to traffic jams, accidents, and more. This problem needs to be solved so that the smart mobility of smart city can be executed. The second issue are the increasingly high carbon footprint. Carbon footprint is the emission of carbon dioxide correlated with all of the behaviors of an individual or other parties. It involves direct emission such as those resulting from the combustion of fossil fuels in manufacturing, heating, and transportation, as well as emissions needed to produce electricity related and technology related with the consumed goods and services. Of course, the smart city will be reliant on machines and technology, and those will result to high carbon footprint inside the smart city. It can be harmful to the environment and to the resident of the smart city. This is one of the issues that needed to be overcome to establish a smart mobility of smart cities without it being harmful to the environment. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Imran Muhammad Aziz. Today I will present about the role of government in Cyberjaya. Role of government in enhance the smart mobility in Cyberjaya. Okay, first there are several the government were appointed to oversight the project that were running in the Cyberjaya. Then they had responsibilities to take care and oversight them. And Malaysian Digital Economic Corporation (MDEC) and the Majlis Perundang Sepang was a government and a local government that was the given authority to oversight their activities. So the role of government in Cyberjaya is implement a smart traffic system. The smart traffic system is a traffic light that's to end the smart traffic light to enhance the smart mobility in a Cyberjaya. The smart traffic light is designed to manage the vehicular traffic to enhancing the efficiency of the public service in the city. They are using IoT, which is Internet of Thing, which is known as Internet of Thing. The IoT system can detect and predict the analyze the movement of the vehicle and allow them to communicate, analyze the traffic movement at their trend in the intersection. So the LTE technology was installed in a camera and controller to allow them to communicate with other traffic light to help the smooth traffic. So traffic light commands partly with LTE technology help to regulate the traffic smoothly. Okay, next, the role of government is now they are boosting the ICT technology. We know the Cyberjaya is a smart city, so they are giving a budget 2020. They was allocated the budget 2020 on the smart city. So the government was focused on strengthening the digital content, embracing digitization, escalate e-commerce, and improving 5G technology, especially in Cyberjaya. The government was allocated almost 20 million to build a conducive, inclusive, and competitive digital content ecosystem. Okay, for the 5G, they are try to develop the 5G connectivity system. Then the budget was allocated on about 50 million, and the 5G connection was moving forward to has technology which to moving toward the era of Internet of Things, which is IoT, and the technologies and artificial intelligence AI program. So that is the last program is the NUP, which is NUP is the National Urbanization Policy. The statistics they are urbanization since the between the 1991 to 2000, they are rapidly increasing the population in Malaysia, especially in the urban area. So the policy was formulated to be effective in terms of safety, increase of quality of urban service, and become the one of main attraction. So Cyberjaya nowadays we know one of the cities in Malaysia that has full of foreign workers, foreign students, so the objective of policy were to develop a sustainable city and strengthen a competitive urban economy. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Megat Amashdan bin Megat Raizat. I will explain about the roles of municipal council. Okay, to achieve the idea of smart mobility, the municipal council play an important role to ensure this idea success to be done. The municipal council of Sepang can do a bike-friendly program in their administration's area by provide bike facilities in every public transport station such as LRT and bus stations. Any place that people visit is also a strategic place to make a bicycle station, such as a park and shopping mall. Okay, for this time, Cyberjaya Lake Park is the place that suggested by Municipal Council of Sepang. With these facilities, public can travel without using a public vehicle. Indirectly, it can maintain the green and carbon-free concept introduced in the smart city. Okay, for the next point is municipal council have a role to introduce EV car facilities in Cyberjaya area. By using EV car, of course, it can reduce carbon emissions. This is because the car use electric power to accelerate compared to car that use fuel consumption. Okay, the municipal council of Sepang have an idea to make a joint venture with a private company to implement these programs. Goka is the one of company that already selected by Municipal Council of Sepang. Besides that, the EV scooter also is an option because it can avoid traffic congestions. Okay, next initiative is create a parking app for public that want use a car park in Putrajaya. Private company also will be participate to make this planning success. And now the flexi parking app was created to easy the public to pay a parking fee. Before this, coupon be an option for public to pay the parking fees. After that, the coupon will throw away, so this will give an impact towards the urban cleanliness. So with this app, help the city area keep it clean as no more coupon are being dumped anywhere. For the last goal of municipal council is give a focus on urban landscape sustainability. Developments and the environmental need to be balanced to achieve a better quality of life. To achieve Putrajaya Green City 2025 planning, which aim to reduce the temperature around its urban area, the municipals need to maintain and improve the landscape in Putrajaya.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Ahmad Syamil Faik, and today I would like to explain about the role of the citizen. So the first role of the citizen is using the public transport. So as we know nowadays, the number of cars and motorcycles have significantly increased over the years. So some issues have been risen, such as the problem of traffic congestion and the increase in carbon footprint. So the role of citizen is they must use public transport often instead of using their vehicle. Using the public transport is better because of if the citizen is using the public transport, then the amount of vehicle in the road will be decreased. Hence, it will significantly mitigate or reduce the issues of traffic congestion and reducing the ecological footprint. So the second role of the citizen is to use the services that have been provided by them. It is important that the citizen should also play an important role instead of just the government will play a role. If the government had provided with the citizen with some services that they can use, so the citizen must use the services that have been provided by them. Moreover, if the citizen is using the services that had been provided by them, and only then the smart mobility concept can be achieved. The example of services is the bike-friendly services that have been done by the municipal council. So lastly, the citizen should learn about new technology, as that nowadays new technology is developing every day. Even though the citizen had learned many technologies such as the smart city and the smart mobility, there's always some new things that they can learn instead of just be comfortable on what they have learned. So the example of the new technology is flexi parking apps. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum Sebai. My name is Muhammad Faizal bin Baharin, and today's presentation I will explain about the challenges of smart mobility implementation. But before I start on this time opportunity and a few days left before we celebrating Hari Raya, I would like to wish you Selamat Hari Raya Maaf Zahir dan Batin. So without wasting any time, let me begin my presentations. So basically, smart mobility has been heavily driven by a consortium of private interest automobile manufacturers who are using smart systems in their technology. Other than automobile manufacturers, transportation network companies like Touch and Go or Smart Tech also arise as a main player in the smart mobility industry. Urban mobility can be defined as the lifeblood of urban cities and a vital economic driver, and this trend seems significant in today's world. Despite the essential of smart mobility, there are a few challenges that need to be considered before implement it. So one of the challenges is illiteracy in technology. These problems happens when the number of aging society in this current world population increase and the life expectancy of this group become higher. A rapid development of modern technology make this aging society way more behind to adapt with. These problems led to a difficulty in promoting the smart mobility in urban cities. The behavior of aging society that resists to change also become a challenge to implement this smart mobility. These aging groups are comfortable enough with the current development, and they're scared of the modern new development because they think that they cannot catch up. This problem mostly happen to those in urban poverty group. They did not have a chance to experience the modern technology due to certain problems such as financial problems. For example, like they can surf the internets to know about the news of the technology, or they can experience the modern technology because they have certain limitation such as financial problems. So the other challenges to implement the smart mobility, or the second challenges, is the transport poverty. Transport poverty can be described as a phenomenon that consists of four concepts, which is mobility poverty, transport affordability, accessibility poverty, and exposure to transport externalities. Groups that are especially exposed to this poverty is basically coming from low income household and person with cognitive and physical limitations.
Okay, hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Shahrul Niza bin Muhammad Yunus, and today I would like to present to Sir Baik Haki about the solutions or the suggestions towards the issue of the smart mobility. And for the first solutions towards the issue of the smart mobility is improving emissions from vehicles. As we know that motor vehicles emit air pollutants such as carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, particulate matter, organic volatile compounds, benzene, and many more. And according to the Environmental Protection Agencies, or to be known as EPA, motor vehicles collectively causes 75% of carbon monoxide in the United States, and these have caused the quality of air in that quality of air in the United States to be very unhealthy and to be not very good towards the society as well as for the environment. As we as humans need to have a very good quality of air to have a better quality of life. And in New Zealand, the way they tackle this issue is by making a new rule. Since 2004, vehicle house emissions rule required all vehicles entering New Zealand to be manufactured to an approved emission standards, meaning that all vehicles entering New Zealand, they have to get an approval towards the emission standard. And the second suggestion is to drive less, and the second suggestion is to be more focused for the society, as we know that society play an important role in this topic. The way on how the society can implement these suggestions on their daily life is by, first, they can just walk if they want to send their kids to school, or even they want to go to work, if the distance are not too far away. If they do not want to walk, they can also use public transportation such as bus, train, or eco-friendly bike if that have been provided by the local government. Last but not least is to use CCTV. With CCTV at junction allow traffic to control the accident, injuries, and other pollutions as well. CCTV have to be built at the critical point where conjunctions and traffic delays are common, and also the accidents that always occur. Not only the CCTV have to be put at the critical point, but also the other road as well, as this can make an early prevention towards those issues. And a good technology in a smart city can have a very good CCTV that can monitor, that can control those issues like traffic congestions, crime, accidents, and many more without any problems. And that's all, and I think that's all from me for these suggestions. Thank you.